I'm down here in Killadoon in near Lewisburg here in Westport. You can see Clare Island over here. The island's out here. Inishturk, I believe, is here. And there's not too far from Jim Brown's house, and there's a walk down here to the sea. And a year ago, I had met Jim Brown 2 years ago, and a year ago I just said, look, can we do a retreat in his house? So I remember coming here and meeting Jim in a sitting room. We were there chatting and so forth, and then I stayed the day and bringing his dog Una down here for a walk down to the sea. Anyway, this is a year ago, and we did a men's retreat in early October, which, you know, was good. I haven't done too many of these, and I was thinking, Jim, look, could we do some in following years? And you know, plans, God's plans and our plans are very different plans. And little did I know that in 6 months' time after that retreat, Jim would be going to his reward in heaven. But I always remember coming out here to this place, to Killadoon here near Lewisburg. Very, very peaceful, beautiful beaches down here. A great place to be alone, to meditate and so forth. And it always struck me his ability to evangelize, to disciple. He really did take his faith very seriously, you know, through a lot of difficulties in his life. He definitely wasn't the perfect man, but you could see the gospel drenching, permeating him. You know, this man that really wanted to do so much good in the church. And we are called to be real disciples of Christ. We are called to be the light. We are called to go out and to disciple others, to teach them the gospel, the good news, this transformative encounter with Christ. Oftentimes so many Catholics are disheartened, or I don't know why there's this pessimism that I see with so many mass-going Catholics. A pessimism about the world, a pessimism about the church. You have been redeemed by our Lord Jesus Christ. You have encountered him in the Eucharist, in the sacraments. His Spirit is with you. How could we not be alive with that encounter? Christ is truly incredible. He is the most incredible reality encounter that you can have. You know, I had that encounter when I was 18, when he revealed himself to me, and I had no idea how to process it. I thought I was crazy, but I had this incredible encounter of love. And didn't really understand how to digest it. But the more you get older, the more you meditate on our Lord, and the more you meditate on his word and his sacraments, that encounter of love has given me the greatest peace, the greatest joy that I've ever had in my whole life. And our Lord kind of saying, speak of my love. And they're saying, but Lord, I am not worthy. And our Lord saying to me, are you ashamed? Who are you ashamed of? Who are you ashamed of to speak of my love? Are you ashamed that people will view you as crazy? So what? Yeah, sometimes we have to give up our pride. We have to give up our self, the way we view ourselves, and say, well, it is true. You know, at the end of the day, Christ is alive. He did die for us. And he left us his body, he left us his church. Why? to be a light of love for this world. We are not called to be second-class Christians. We're called to be first-class Christians, in the sense that we are called to give witness to Christ, to his love, to his gospel, the good news, el evangelium, what he came, what he did, what he announced, why he suffered, and for what? For us. You know, he came to give life and to give it in abundance. And yet half Christians look like we're half dead half the time. We're caught up in so many things. And yet Christ is truly a transformative encounter. You know, and I don't think you could actually give this without actually talking about your own experience of it. And I'd ask Catholics now, don't be afraid. Pope John Paul II, he used to always have that phrase, I mean, it comes from our Lord, and I always remember it in Italian, non abbiate paura. He would speak it with this loud voice, non abbiate paura, spalancate le porte a Cristo. Don't be afraid, open the doors to Christ. So many of us are afraid. Why? What have we got to lose? What have we got to lose? Now, Christ is truly in an incredible way. He really is an incredible way of looking at life, of looking at our problems, of how we treat each other. If everybody treated each human being as Christ did, with so much love, so much compassion, the rich and the poor. You know, Lazarus was one of the richest people of his day, and a dear friend of Christ. And Christ performed one of the greatest miracles with Lazarus that you read in the Gospels. Christ had incredible love for every soul, and he asks us to do the same. It's the core of the gospel. It's that encounter of love, which I think Jim Brown really took to heart here. You know, with his small house and his little chapel and his dining room and the people that came, the beauty of the gospel. Anyway, it's sad that he isn't here, but all of these lights should be pointing us towards Christ. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Be audacious in knowing Christ and loving him. God bless you. Take care.